Australia is home to some of the most outstanding botanic gardens. When you take a look around, the plants are curated to be both pleasing to the eye and educational. What many of us don't realise when we visit a botanic garden is the important role it plays in scientific study of plants, whether it's physiology, the important relationship when it comes to climate, and also what plants will grow really well in ex situ conservation. Next time you visit a botanic garden, take a moment to think about the research behind the display beds. Wolf has dedicated his life to celebrating the diversity of WA ecosystems and has spent years researching plants that rock at Kings Park Science. Wolf, I love the concept of plants that rock. Tell us about them.
Well, Sue, we live in an incredible state. There's so much biodiversity here, and our plants have adapted to quite a range of different ecosystems and environments, not only nutrient-impoverished soils, but quite a number of fascinating, inhospitable ecosystems. And these guys, they literally grow out of rock. They have some really incredible strategies to grow in very shallow soils. So their roots initially are centered in this very shallow substrate, trying to get any resources available. And then they follow down these cracks and fissures, all in search for water. So when you look at the rock, you often assume you're looking at quite a hard surface. But inside the rock, you'll find a lot of hidden pockets. And it's these pockets that contain soil and substrates that are life-sustaining.
What opportunities do we have for our own gardens, Wolf?
Purely from a more aesthetic opportunity, we could actually plant these guys in very shallow baskets. Alternatively, our gardens are novel ecosystems, if you think about it in that case. They're highly modified, and these guys being incredibly adapted to very harsh environments, they could potentially be an alternative solution for those water-wise gardens that we're looking at.
You spent many years with these plants. Scientists shouldn't have favourites, but do you?
I absolutely do. So I've got two examples here. I've got this Tetratheca arabescens. It's one of the threatened species out in the Gulf fields. It's got these beautiful purple flowers, as you see. There's some variation as well, so you can also get some white flowers. And then right next to you, we've got a Tetratheca harperi, and it's got these really cool, gnarly leaf hairs that grow up the phyllodes stem that make it really interesting to look at.
We've still got so much to learn when it comes to horticultural research and scientific understanding of our plants. I'd say it's still at embryo stage. There are over 3,000 botanic gardens across the world, and they represent 30% of the world's plant diversity. But they only represent less than 50% of the plant's threatened species. So I'm so excited to see projects such as Wolfgang's and how they can contribute to conservation and our environment.